As soon as the Matthew Stafford Jared Goff trade went through, everyone was saying that the Rams won the trade, and especially last year, they might have been right with the Rams winning the Super Bowl. But I'm here to tell you that I think that the Rams might have made the wrong trade. So I'm going to be talking about why I believe that in today's video. Make sure you guys watch all the way until the end of the video, and also leave a like and subscribe. Let's get into it. So before we talk about the rest of the trade, I want to go over what the initial trade was, because a lot of people might forget that the Rams traded away a hefty sum of picks along with Jared Goff. So here's the trade. In 2021, the Lions and the Rams agreed to a trade to send veteran quarterback Matthew Stafford to the West Coast. The details were that the Rams received quarterback Matthew Stafford, while the Lions received quarterback Jared Goff, as well as a 2021 third-round pick, a 2022 first-round pick, and a 2023 first-round pick. As we all know, the Rams are extremely good at drafting late-round talent. That was really the only reason we were able to win that Super Bowl and have been able to contend for as long as we have, is because of the Rams' abilities to be able to scout talent and draft late round talent. Now, last year, one of our best scouts, Brad Holmes was actually lost to the Lions, and he is now their GM, and it's already showing with the Lions that they were able to make some really good additions to their squad. Now, we're going to be talking about how I think that the teams will do this year, but first, I think we should get started by talking about how the teams did last year. So Matthew Stafford obviously looked like an absolutely amazing, from a trade perspective, an amazing quarterback last year, and much better than Goff, if we're going to be honest. So going through the regular season, they had a very good start to the season. The Rams were 7-1, only losing to Arizona, who was also 8-0 at that time, I believe, and then also, 3-0, and they went on to be 8-0. But then we lost a 3-game skid to Tennessee, San Francisco, and the Packers, which honestly not bad teams to lose to. The Cardinals, Titans, San Francisco, Packers, they all went to the playoffs, and then also we lost to the 49ers as well once again, but all the losses that we had were teams in the playoffs, so it wasn't like we were losing to bad people, but we had a little bit of trouble against the good teams. We did have a very good end to the season. I say we because I am a Rams fan. And we won 5 straight before losing to the 49ers. Going into the playoffs, we were, I believe, the 5th seed. Either way, we started off against the Cardinals and we routed them 34-11. We beat the Bucks, even though it was 30-27. It really wasn't close until the very, very end. And then with the 49ers, we did have a come from behind win. I actually went to that game, and then obviously beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. So that's a very successful year. Stafford had a very amazing year. I believe he had 4,800 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions. The interceptions being a bit concerning to me, and I thought that he would clean those up this year, but we'll talk about that a little bit more. Now, how did the Lions do? The Lions didn't do as well. As you can see, there's a lot of losses on their record. They started out the season 0-8 before getting their first tie in Week 10 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then actually ending the season pretty well against the Vikings, getting a win, which is a good team, losing to Denver, getting a crushing win over the Cardinals, losing to Atlanta, Seattle, and then beating the Packers at the end of the year. So they had a good end to the year. They were 3-3, and even though their starting wide receivers were people who wouldn't even play on other teams in the league. So last year, their team wasn't that good. And that leads us to this year. How are these two quarterbacks doing? Obviously, from this perspective, the Rams won a Super Bowl, and you can just give the trade win to the Rams because that's exactly what they wanted. However, Jared Goff is a much younger quarterback. As you can see, Matthew Stafford has been playing a long time. And the first 2 games to start this season, you can already see the regression. This is a very small sample size, and Matthew Stafford will get better. But let's go over these stats. You can see here over 2 games, Matthew Stafford is completing a high percentage of passes at 72%. However, in terms of yards, he has 512 yards, which isn't too bad, over 250 a game. It's not bad. But touchdowns, he only has 4 touchdowns, which is probably, best, like 10th or 15th best in the league. But he has 5 interceptions. That is, I believe, that leads the league in interceptions. He had 3 the first game, 2 this second game. And while we did win this last game, the Rams won their last game, and the Rams are 1-1. It was a very not pretty end to this game. In terms of rating, he has a rating of 80 and a QBR of 50. Now, if we look at Jared Goff, last year he did have 3,200 yards and only 19 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. However, he only played 14 games. He played 3 less games than Matthew Stafford and every other quarterback in the league, and he had an okay rating and QBR. This year, through 2 games, he has 470 yards, which is less than Stafford, but still solid, mostly because he didn't have to pass much in this second game. And touchdowns, he has 6 touchdowns, 2 more than Stafford, and 1 interception, which is 4 less than Matthew Stafford. A rating of 100, which he hasn't done since 2018, and a QBR of 55, which is solid. So he's doing extremely well so far with the Lions, and the Lions are also 1-1. So where does that leave us now, you might ask? I believe that Jared Goff could have a better season than Matthew Stafford this year. Considering the start to the season and the strong end to the season by Jared Goff, I think that he could possibly pass for about 4,500 yards, have about anywhere between 28 to 35 touchdowns, anywhere in there, and really keep his interceptions down. And that's going to be the key thing. With Matthew Stafford, I think he's going to throw for a lot of yards. I think he's going to throw for a lot of touchdowns. He will bounce back. However, he is interception prone, and this is something that a lot of people tried to put on Jared Goff. But as you see, he is being careful with the ball. He's being smart with the ball, and he has putting it where his receivers need it. And the Lions are a force to be reckoned with. They could have a very similar record to the Rams this year. And they have a much worse defense than the Rams. They have a very abysmal defense. But Jared Goff and the Lions offense is absolutely insane. So Jared Goff is younger, and he is looking to be having a better start to the start of the season, and could have a very similar season in terms of production to Matthew Stafford. Yet we gave away 3 picks for Matthew Stafford. These are all things I just wanted to kind of mention and bring up. Rams fans, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Lions fans, let me know what you think. Is Jared Goff better than Matthew Stafford? Did we overpay as a Rams fan? Did we overpay for Matthew Stafford? Let me know in the comment section below. Is the Super Bowl enough? Leave a like and subscribe. I'll come at you guys with a new video sooner rather than later. See ya.